Hello guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this balaclava. For the balaclava, you guys need a 6mm hook, scissors, tape measure. This is the yarn that I will be using. It's the Wool Ease by Lion brand yarn, and I do recommend using the medium yarn. This is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. This one is 85 grams. Let's get right on into it. I am so excited to be making a balaclava. I've been wanting to make one for so long. We're going to be breaking this down into 4 different parts. So this is going to be part 1 of the top. So the very first thing that we are going to do is make a magic circle, and I'll show you guys how to do that. To make a magic circle, I'm going to wrap it around my fingers and kind of cross it over like that. And then I'm gonna grab my hook and I'm gonna kind of place it. I'm gonna place it under and kind of grab it. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you kind of have like a little circle. You're gonna chain 1, and that first chain does not count. We are going to do 6 half double crochets inside the circle. So half double crochet, you yarn over, insert into the circle, yarn over, and then yarn over again and pull through all 3. I'll kind of show you guys that again. So you yarn over into the magic circle, pull it through, yarn over, and then pull through all 3. So I have 2. I'm going to make 4 more. This is the only yarn that I had left over, and it's wool, so I'm not sure how it's going to be on my face, if it's going to be itchy or not. We will find out. Is this 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe I have to do 1 more. Now I have 6. I'm going to kind of pull this loose string here and tighten the circle a bit. And then we are going to slip stitch. So we're going to go into the very first half double crochet that we made, and we're just going to yarn over and slip stitch through both of those. Now we have like this little circle. You should have 6 half double crochets. We're going to chain 1, and this first chain does not count as a half double crochet. So now we are going to do 2 half double crochets in each one. So at the end we should have a total of 12. So the very first one is right here. Insert it like that, and I'm going to do another one inside. We are just going to continue doing that, doing 2 half double crochets into each one. So I just slip stitched, and now we are going to chain 1, and now we're on to row 3. So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the very first one. We half double crocheted into the first one, and now the next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochets into it. 1, 2, just like that, and then in the next one we're just going to do 1 half double crochet, next stitch 2 half double crochets, and we're gonna repeat that all the way around. Now we should have a total of 18. I'm just gonna quickly count. after you have 18, we are going to slip stitch into the very first one, just like that. Now we have a cute little circle. We're going to go into the 4th row now, and we're going to chain 1, and now we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet into the first one, and then another 1 half double crochet into the next one. So the very first 2 stitches, we only did 1 half double crochet in each of them, and now into the 3rd stitch we're gonna do 2 half double crochets into 1. Now we're just gonna repeat that. The first 2 stitches we're only gonna do 1 half double crochet, and then the next one is gonna be 2 half double crochets. And we're just going to repeat this all the way around. And now we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. Next row, which is going to be the 5th row, I'm going to do 1 half double crochet into the first 3, and then in the 4th stitch I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. So in each round you're increasing your 1 half double crochet every time you do a row. But yeah, so I'm just going to repeat this until row 9. So this is going to be the 5th row, and in the first 3 I'm only going to do half double crochets. You can see I have my 3, and then in the 4th stitch I'm going to do 2 half double crochets, and I'm just going to repeat that all around. So this one I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and then another 1 half double crochet, then another 1 half double crochet, and then in the 4th one I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. I'm just going to do that all the way around till I get to here. I reach the end of the 5th row. I'm going to slip stitch, now I'm going to chain 1, and now into the 6th row I'm going to do 4 half double crochets, and then in the 5th one I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. I'm gonna repeat that all the way around. I'm just going to repeat this pattern. I am going on the 7th row now. I'm just going to repeat this pattern for 7, 8, and 9. So for the 7th row, I'm going to do 5 half double crochets into the first 5 stitches, and then in the 6th stitch, I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. 8th row, I'm going to do 6 half double crochets in the first 6 stitches, and then in the 7th stitch I'm going to do 2 half double crochets, and then for the last row, which is the 9th, I'm going to do 7 half double crochets. It's the first 7, and then on the 8th one 2 half double crochets. So I reached my 9th row, and I'm just going to end it off by slip stitching just like that. Now we're gonna do 3 rows with no increases. After slip stitching, we chain 1, and then in the same one we do our half double crochet, and we're just gonna do 1 half double crochet into every single one. I completed the 3 rows, and now we're going to do a little bit of measuring with our tape measure. And then we're also going to need, I forgot to mention this earlier, we're also going to need like 2 stitch markers. We are going to measure our forehead. This is the setup we got going on. So I'm going to put this on my head. So we're gonna grab our tape measure, and I am going to measure from like here, and this is like the part that's gonna be open, and from here past my eyebrow a little bit to here. So how many inches? That is 7 inches that I want. Maybe 7.5. Maybe 7.5 will be better. Okay, so we only need 1 of these actually. So once we have our measurement, which mine is 7.5, I'm going to line this part up and kind of make a crease like that, so that is kind of at the end there. So now I'm gonna grab this, and I want to measure 7.5. Let's say like kind of like about there. So now I'm going to flip my work over just like that. I'm going to chain 1, and into the same one we're going to just repeat doing our half double crochets until we reach the stitch marker. We're going the opposite direction that we were going before. I'm just repeating doing a half double crochet into every stitch. Okay, so I've reached the end. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and now I'm just going to kind of repeat the process of just doing half double crochet into every single one. Oh, I also took off the stitch marker. I forgot to show that part. So now you can see kind of this is the gap where my face is going to be, and then that is like the back. So I reached the end. I'm going to repeat row 2, and so I'm chaining 1 and turning, and I'm just going to repeat row 2 till I have a total of 11 rows. So just do it until you get to your chin, and that will be about 11 rows for me. So I actually ended up doing 12 rows, and now we're going to make the part that's going to connect our balaclava and kind of go under the chin that I didn't actually go into the last one on the 12th row. So what we're going to do next is yarn over and go through like we normally would. I'm going to pull through, and now I have 3 loops on my hook. I yarn over, and I'm only going to go over the first one. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I'm just going to pull through all 3 of them. I'm gonna like kind of go to the side a bit just to see where I have to go, because I feel like this does get a little confusing. You want 2 loops on your hook. I'm gonna pull through, and then I have 3, and then I'm only gonna pull through the first one and then pull through all 3 of them. And as you can see, it's kind of starting to form. We're getting there. I'm going to yarn over and go through first 2, pull through, go over the first one, just like that. Okay, I'm going to continue this until I'm at 10. There, so I stopped at 9, and now we're gonna make the 10th one, but the 10th one we're going to connect with this one. So what I'm gonna do is yarn over, and I'm gonna do what I would normally do. So I'm gonna find the 2 loops. I have them there. I'm gonna yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, and now I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm gonna grab this, and you can see right here, there's like a little hole, not right at the top, but it's like kind of at the second one. I'm gonna put the hole through it through the front, and I'm gonna pull through and then also through the first loop, and then yarn over and go through all 3. Now I'm going to go back to the top up here, and I'm going to do a slip stitch just like that, and there we go. I want my ribbing to be a little bit longer, so I'm gonna do a total of 12 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have my 14 chains. Now I'm just going to do a single crochet into each one. So when you get to the end, you see that there is the chain here. We're actually going to skip that chain, and we're going to go into the second chain, and I'm going to do a slip stitch into it. We're going to chain 1 and then flip our work. So now we're only going to work into the back loops only, doing a single crochet. I'm going to chain 1, flip my work, and only going into back loops only. Okay, so we reached the end again, and we're going to skip this chain, and we're going to go into this chain here, doing a slip stitch. Chain 1, flip your work, and we're just going to repeat this all the way around. I did my ribbing all the way around, and now we are going to connect these 2 pieces. I have 1 stitch here left, so it doesn't really matter if you have 1 or none. Chain 1, and then I'm only going to go through the back loops, and then on the other one I'm just going to connect the top loop, and I'm just going to slip stitch them, going through the back loops only. Okay, so now that we've reached this side, chain 1, cut off your string, and let me cut off my string. Okay. And now you're just going to pull it up, and there we go. That's what it should look like. We can hide the yarn later, but now we're gonna make just like this ribbing part around here, and then our balaclava will be complete. So we're almost there. We're going on to part 4. First thing I'm gonna do is make a knot, and you can really place it in anywhere you want. I'm just gonna kind of do the corner here. This very first one I'm gonna go right into. Slip stitched it, chain 1, and now we're just gonna do 1 single crochet into each one. Remember, the first one doesn't count, so I'm gonna go back into the same one and do a single crochet, and I'm just gonna do this all the way around. Okay, so now I reached this side and my rows was 12, so I want to make sure that I have 12 single crochets going up. So I have my first one here, 1, 2, and I'm trying to line it up with like the rows. 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, you just want to make sure that you have 12 going up, and then I'm going to skip this one because I kind of want it to be more round and not so sharp like that. So I'm just going to skip this one and go right into here. Now I'm going to continue doing my single crochets across. Again, I want to skip the corner one and go straight to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I'm not going to go into that one. 10, 11, 12, and then I'm going to end these, then I'm going to slip stitch these 2 pieces. Now we are going to chain 1, and now we're going to do front post and back post single crochets. Insert my hook through the first stitch, but then I'm going to come out on the second one. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the front post and then continue doing my single crochet. That is a front post. Now I'm going to do that again, but going the other way. So I'm going to start going through the back and then push through the front. So you can see on my back post right there, I'm going to yarn over, pull through. And that's how you do it. So we're just going to continue doing this all the way around. Front post and back post. Front post. Okay, now to finish this off, I'm going to slip stitch to the very first one that we did, chain 1, cut it off, pull, and now we are done the balaclava. I'm just going to quickly hide these. This is my first time ever making a balaclava, so I'm pretty impressed with myself, and you guys should be as well. I'm very proud of you guys for completing the balaclava. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If there's any other crochet tutorials that you guys want to see or any other videos, just let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll be able to make it. See you guys in my next video.